Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Well, today we're going to jump in and take a look at part 4 of the Witch Hollow broom. That's going to be the centerpiece of the entire Witch Hollow collection that's going to be displayed in our home for Halloween season this year. And so been busy off camera trying to get a lot of this extra detail sorted out. Now, you haven't really missed much, and I'm going to show you everything that I've done, but a lot of it really involved just wrapping some twine around some areas and putting some glue down and some more sticks and things like that. But, you know, I think we're to a point now to where I'm pretty satisfied with the way that the broom looks. I'm going to call it done, at least for now. I may go back and add some things to it. And when I say done, that's done for this phase of the project. There still has to be moss put down, and however I'm going to display it, that will come much later in the tutorial series, much later as we get ready to finalize everything and set it up to see how it's going to look. But the broom itself, for all intents and purposes, is going to be done. And this will be the last tutorial on the broom itself. Next time we're going to move into starting to carve those tree stumps that are going to surround the broom and hold some more of the Witch Hollow pieces. So, hey, with that, let's get off the tripod and take a look at what we've done. Okay, so we're going to start from the front of the broom, the way it's going to be displayed, and kind of work our way up, and I'll show you what I've done and how I went about finalizing how this broom looks. So first of all, it's sitting pretty level on the table. It doesn't feel like it's too wobbly. It's not going anywhere, and I'm going slow on purpose to get this up because it is finished. There are houses on it and they are lit. Take notice as I come up how the final piece is starting to look. Now, notice there's no cords, right? There's no cords showing at all. And that is the top of the broom. So that is it. That is how it's going to be finalized. That's how it's going to look. And now let's zoom in and take a closer look at a couple of things. One of the first things you'll notice here is this is a lot more dirty. And so what I did is I took a black wash and basically just dry brushed a black wash all around and on this cloth rope here, this rope. I did the same thing here. I wanted to kind of symbolize that these are being held on by something. So I went ahead and put more rope here. And what I did is after I just wound this rope around, and I'll show you the back of all of this so you can see it, is I took glue, a white PVA glue, and just brushed it liberally all on here and then let it sit out in the sun and dry. That's when I came over and did the black dry brushing on it. Okay, you can see that I wanted this branch here also to be held on as these branches here the same way. So all of that was done with the twine or it's you know, the sisal type twine that is just wrapped around there, glued in place with a lot of white PVA glue, and then dry brushed with that black wash. And so that's sort of symbolic of where the witch would be holding on to this broom, somewhere about in that area. And then you've got the branches that come out that are kind of tied or secured in place. And so then that leads me over to these areas down here. And so I wanted to hide the piece of the PVC pipe that is in there. And so I did that by taking some sticks. I know that's really hard to focus right there, but some sticks off of another type of broom that I had in case this stuff here didn't work. And so I took sticks and cut them down to size and then hot glued them onto the top of this PVC pipe here. And then I took some pieces of that broom and just kind of hot glued them up to the top and let them stick down, and then took more of that sisal type twine, wrapped it around, glued it again, and then dry brushed it in the black wash. And so I've done that on each and every branch. And it's sort of indicative. It almost looks like a small broom head that is hanging down from each of those little platforms, which I absolutely think looks great. I think it matches. I think it looks, it certainly flows, at least in my opinion, it flows. And if I step back just far enough where you can kind of see the whole thing, it's a pretty tall piece. I mean, it's going to be certainly a prominent centerpiece in this Witch Hollow display. Okay, so obviously the buildings are lit. So how did that happen? Let's go around and take a look at the back. Bear with me, it's going to go all over the place. So here is how that works. And let's start from the top, I suppose. So you can see that behind the scenes, let me focus here, the cord is coming down. I had these little like cable fitting devices, these little, I don't know what, they're little brackets that you can run cable through. And essentially what I did, you can see the hot glue mess behind, kind of behind the scenes of how that twine is being held in place. But I drilled a small little pilot hole there where you see the screw, and I just simply screwed those into place. They're very secure. They grab the cord, they come over, and you'll see another one here, and then you can follow that all the way down through. This area here was a little more difficult because of all the straw. And so here, this is just 2 pieces of Velcro. It would have been a lot better, it would have been a lot better if it was a black Velcro, just to kind of hide everything, but I didn't have any, and so I used white. And so essentially what I've done, and I don't want to undo this right now, but behind here, the first piece, the closest piece to the straw, has got a screw through it, and then it's screwed into the back of the foam and the PVC pipe. And it just kind of hangs out there. And then this is a separate piece that just kind of fits over it. It's the opposite piece of the Velcro that kind of holds everything together. I've got another piece down here, same concept. And if you look close enough, you can see the screw right in there that's held in place the exact same way. And then if you follow these down even further, they come down, and you can see I've done the same thing down here. So I kind of secure everything down here. Same concept, screwed right into the base, and then that would come out to the power pack or the surge protector that's going to sit behind this display somewhere and be able to fit those. And then each cord essentially runs down through and behind the branch. I thought about putting other pieces in here, but obviously, I mean, I don't think I need it. I think they fit just along that edge just good enough to where nobody really is going to see it once it is set up. So let's take another look from the front. Okay, so here we are back in the front, and so you can see the cord in the back there. That'll all be covered up with moss or vines or something like that. You'll never see it, and at certain angles, you don't see it anyway. And then as you come up, all the cords are magically gone. They're sitting right behind there. And so people have asked me, is this, are you comfortable with keeping your pieces up there now? Well, I am. They're very sturdy. It's not going to go anywhere, and I'll try to step back, but I mean, that's not going to go anywhere. The ones on the top are a little more, and you'll see the little jewels here kind of, move around as I move these, but this is really not going to go anywhere. I'm confident that it's sturdy, it's secure. Obviously, I wouldn't put these Witch Hollow pieces on it if I thought it was going to tumble over and fall. Another idea that I did have, just in case, because we do have dogs, you guys have seen them, they're pretty large, German Shepherds, and they like to run and play. Now, this is going to be sitting up out of the way and on a table, but I don't want a dog to accidentally run in and be playing and hit that table, and then these come crashing down. So I think I may take some of the command strips, and they peel off. If you've never, I'm assuming most of you have seen the command strips, but you take the backing off and it will stick to this wood. I'll put the opposite piece of the Velcro command strip on the building itself, either in the front or the back, a section that will fit, and then I'll just simply crimp it down there. And so that way it won't slide off. It will be secured with like a Velcro command strip. And so that way, at least these will be secure and they won't be sliding off or falling off or anything else like that. I'm not worried about the broom falling. I've made it beyond that part of this. So hopefully this gives you a better look at the way this has progressed. I like it. I think it's very unique. I've never seen one like it. I'll be the first to admit it. I've seen a lot of trees, but I've never seen a broom. And I think the texture and the way that the broom turned out, especially in the light, and I know it's hard to see, but it's just got so much texture on it. It looks so much better in person than it probably does on this video. Although it may be pretty high res video, it looks pretty good, at least in these shots here. But it's very convincing, at least for me, that it looks like wood. And you know, when you step back, it certainly looks like a broom. So there you have it. I hope you like it as much as I do. Okay, well, hopefully that gives you a better look and a closer look at the finished broom for the centerpiece in the Witch Hollow display. We're gonna call this one done, and we're gonna be moving next week or later this week into the stumps. Now that's gonna be a lot of carving and cutting and gluing and very patient, which is gonna be a challenge for me to get those carved and looking like tree stumps. And they're gonna be in various sizes to fit under the broom and to hold some more of those houses. So speaking of more of those houses, I have some, I think it's great news. I was missing, and I've begged you guys before to, if you have, you know, leads or anything, I'm missing 3 houses. I am missing the 3 Cauldron Witch Haunt. I'm missing Hattie's Hat Shop, and I'm missing Cecia's Book Emporium. Somebody reached out to me, one of the followers of this channel, actually. I saw something on one of the Facebook pages that I follow, and a young lady who was incredibly nice was selling all of her Department 56 and Lemax pieces. And I was notified about that fairly quickly after the post came out, and I pleaded and shot my name, kind of put my name in the hat and said I would really like 3 of these pieces. They would absolutely finish my collection. Turns out that she was able to do that. We struck a deal. And so in the mail as we speak, hopefully going to be delivered sometime either later this week or into the weekend, is Hattie's Hat Shop, Cecia's Book Emporium, and 3 Witch Cauldron. And so that is it. The search is over. I did not anticipate that. And that being final. So I will obviously review those pieces when they come in. That's going to add depth to this Witch Hollow, I say a vignette, it's going to be much larger than a vignette, the display. And so I don't know exactly at this point how I'm going to fit all 12 or 13 buildings into this display and make it work. I showed you on the first tutorial where I want to put it. And I may be outgrowing that space, or I may just consolidate and condense things down. I don't have to use every single Witch Hollow piece, but I certainly would like to, because that, I think, would just set the whole stage going forward. So that's the plan. We'll see how that unravels as we get closer to final assembly, but lots of work still to do to get this one done. But I think the hardest part, at least the most intricate part, was the broom, and I think we're calling that one done. I'm very pleased with it. It's sturdy. It's not going to go anywhere. And so, hey, like always, if you guys have liked this video, make sure you click the like button. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. The channel continues to grow, and it's through folks like you that subscribe and help it to grow. So if you haven't done so, please do that for me. That would certainly help me out. And again, there's that super thanks option down there. Again, you don't have to do that, but a couple of you have done that, and I certainly do appreciate it. Every bit of that goes to buying pieces like this, or buying supplies to build brooms and styrofoam and glue and things like that. So, hey, I hope this is helping you out. That's why I'm doing this. I enjoy it. It's a passion of mine. I hope you can tell that. And so until we meet again, take care of yourselves, and we'll talk again real soon.